The purpose of an organisation needs to be one that reflects the views of all stakeholders, so everybody that has got a stake in the organisation and its direction. And the purpose that emerges from that conversation needs to be a purpose that will inspire all stakeholders to participate with enthusiasm. I like to think of purpose as being the source of inspiration. If a purpose of an organisation, its reason for being, its why, is something that motivates people, then people will get behind that. They'll find meaning in working for the organisation, in being a customer of the organisation, even being a supplier to the organisation. Every stakeholder will find a reason to align to it, so there will be inspiration in the purpose. The role of HR in building and maintaining a purposeful organisation is really to support the leadership of the organisation in a strategic way and with particular reference to people issues. That's the way I like to think of it. The beauty of having HR people involved in the strategy is to ask those questions about, well, what sort of culture do we need in order to make things work? How do we make sure that we've got the right talent associated with the organisation to be able to deliver not just what we're doing now, but what we're doing in 5 years' time? So making that whole pipeline work for the organisation. In the 1990s, I read an excellent book by a chap called Lawrence Bolt, Zen and the Art of Making a Living. And Bolt asks three very simple questions. First of all, what talents and resources have you got? Secondly, what do you really care about? And thirdly, what excuse have you got for not pointing A at B? In other words, not pointing your talents and resources at something that is meaningful, that you care deeply about. Purpose in a personal context, it's about saying, who am I? What do I care about? How do I make sense of that? And how do I align what I do with my life, in my career, in other aspects of my life, to make meaning of my time on the planet? And with organisations, it's exactly the same thing. You can look at an individual and you can extrapolate that into corporate thinking. So if an HR professional is looking to bring purpose and make purpose work in their organisation, the first thing that I would do is to find out a bit more about the purpose, a vision that people feel that they've co-created. And there are various ways of doing that, so that team members at the coalface are actually having a sense that they've co-created their own future. There's nothing better than that for the motivation of the individual.